Out left and right. I'm getting there a day early and going to the Johara Rotana Hotel. I'm gonna do one day by myself because it's gonna be the only day I have by myself. Other people are like, oh, if you're gonna be over there anyways, are you gonna go to other places in Africa? I'm like, listen, right now I'm broke. Okay, this trip, I'm be on the struggle bus, not the struggle, the struggle bus. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna do like some nice montages and stuff, get some b-roll, get some footage, and we're gonna have a good time together for this one. We're gonna have a good time together. Hello and welcome to another video. It's your girl Angie from the city of Brooklyn, New York. I'm still in Brooklyn. It's finally here. It's finally arrived. It's my recent trip to Africa, the motherland. But let's start off the video with like a nice little African welcome, a nice little East African Swahili welcome. When I say karibu, which is welcome in Swahili, then you say asante, which is thank you in Swahili. So, karibu and asante. There we go. So, karibu to another video. This video will encompass my recent trip to East Africa, and that was with the To My Sisters podcast. I would say it's more like a little retreat or excursions. I don't know how to phrase it, but I'm gonna say a retreat. So basically, we went with the To My Sisters podcast. If you haven't learned about their podcast, I found it during the height of the pandemic in 2020, right? I don't know, was it 2019 or 2020? Yo, everything's a blur at this point. We're still in it. Okay, so at the height of the pandemic, and it was just, it really helped me through like some tough times to like reinvent myself and to do better for myself. And I still listen to it. It's a great podcast. And meeting Courtney and Renee was really nice, which I'll talk about later in the video. And we went with Sorted Chalet, which is a travel company. So that was like our, is it Vice? What word am I trying to figure out? That was the touring company that we went with, and they had like an itinerary for like 7 days. So I will be talking about meeting the lovely Courtney and Renee and the girls that I went on a trip with, as well as the tours, the food, and the touring company that we used, and just everything as a whole at the end of summary. If that sounds good, welcome to probably the longest video I'll have recorded. I was going to do it separate, but I was like, no, we're going to do this. And if you want, just play it in your background. Play it in your background, help your girl get views, and let's go.
All of you were handpicked by us. We even fought for some of you to be here over our dining table because we just wanted this to be a group of women who would encourage each other.
Bombastic side eye. Hey, look at the side eye.
We just wanted this to be a group of sisters who would come and have a great time, who would encourage each other, who would be playful with each other, but also would bring so many different personality types, so many different life experiences. And you're all here today because your story matters, your story of who you are, what you do, what you want the future to be, and also how you want to grow in sisterhood really matters. And we want you to not be shy in sharing it, sharing your perspective, sharing your journeys. We want to hear each of your voices, even if it's quiet, even if it's loud, whatever it may be. Don't feel like you have to change. We want you just as you are.
That's what Courtney said. I think she put it beautifully. And I just want to thank you guys for actually believing in the vision of To My Sisters. I still remember the first episode that me and Courtney recorded up in her bedroom, literally on her bed with the mic clipped to like the windowsill. And we were literally just pouring into each other about, we want to have the biggest sisterhood ever with people from around the world coming in and making friends. And it's crazy to think that each and every one of these have manifested that in some way. So I really want to just encourage you over the course of this week, get to know each other, and not just get to know each other on the tip of, oh, she's cool and like I have to get to know her, but each and every one of you has, as Courtney said, a really special story and a really special narrative and a lot to offer, not just us but also the world. So I really do encourage you guys to really get to know each other, get to know us as well. I know that it can be a bit weird going from, oh, we watch them online to, oh, we're sisters, but just know that we're also here on the tip of, we want to make sisters and we want to make friends with you guys too, and hopefully this will be a relationship that goes far beyond this experience. So the only charge that I have for you guys is to look out for each other, enjoy the ride, lots of laughter, bring your authentic selves, and keep glowing and growing. Like those two internet sisters be saying. But yeah.
Enjoy this dinner, eat, be merry, get to know everybody, and then there'll be a few details being passed along the dinner.
All right, I just want to say that nothing really needs to be said about Renee and Courtney because they are gems. They are gems to be kept, and I really do like them, and I hope to continue a friendship with them and for them to go from infinity and beyond, because you know, you see them and they're really building a platform for themselves, but it's really nice to see regular people get what they deserve and are good, you know what I mean? And so they have good intuition and they selected great people, and now I got some forever friends. So I'm really excited about that. I just want to put that in into the video, because I recorded a video before and I was like, I didn't really like what I had to say because I was kind of in a rush to get the video done. I was just like, this is my channel, it's my video, I can take my time because life is still lifing right now. Our first tour was actually outside of our hotel, the Johari Rotana. We came out of Johari and we went on a tour on foot, and we walked around and learned about like the churches that were built there, and like some were where the Sultan stayed.
Wherever was important at any point during those times stayed here. But this was only for the men. The women though, they had their own building just down the road. I'll show you that building as well. So this is called an old Boma. Boma means house. Yes. It's not open for the public. I think there's some construction going on or something. But they opened the grounds for the restaurant. You know, and you know you can go in there and have food or whatever. Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm just out here.
England. Yeah. Like there's a lot in London, like the London.
Right?
Yeah, there's
Saint Joseph Cathedral. It was built in the 1890s. This church was built, this one and that one over there, there's a church right over there. They were built around the same time, but while they were building these churches, nobody knew what they were going to be. And in these churches, it was not decided yet if they were going to be Catholic or Lutheran. And then after they were built and done, and then the Catholic decided, this is going to be ours. And then the Lutheran decided, that's going to be ours. That's how they decided it. But they just built them without knowing who was going to go where. So, this is the Catholic church. We do actually use it. This is a church. Nobody is allowed to go in there. Unless it's a mass or something. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Somebody got me in a chokehold.
So the madness that is happening here, I could barely use my camera properly, is that we were Part of our tour, we go to the conga markets. Basically, they sell a lot of congas, long garments that you can wrap as a dress. You'll see it towards the end of the video. So basically, this lady done grabbed me, okay? She had me in a chokehold. She grabbed me, dragged me around the whole place, see if I want to buy anything, yada yada, you know. And a lot of us had the same experience. To see that in the next clip, okay? But yeah, we got overhauled. Some of us were stronger than others.
Courtney, how was it? How was it, Courtney? You okay?
You survived it, yeah. You survived the stress.
I just feel they couldn't get to me.
Wow.
Wow.
Stress. Immersive, yeah.
That was nice though.
Hustling.
Material was beautiful.
This lady got me right here. She didn't even know. She got me in a chokehold.
At least
Literally.
Literally.
I like that. Yeah, I got it.
Hand
I was like,
It was when they took my hand. I said no.
I said I have to go with the flow, honestly, at this point. It was hard to let go. She was
like, you call me your sister. I
can't have it. I can't have it.
She said I've been here before. I know this.
She's chill. You just gotta let it happen at this point. That's really what it was. You just gotta let it happen.
Yo, the sun is beaming.
Yeah, we out here beaming. Courtney, you don't even fit in my frame because I'm so short.
Alright, there you go. If it rains, it's even worse. Because this is mud that is very slippery.
This is my house now.
Wow. Auntie Angie. Yes, right there. Huh? A picture. You have to pose. Auntie Angie. Just like that. There you go. So welcome to my abode.
Welcome to my abode.
Welcome
to my flat.
Come on.
Flat.
So here we are at the traditional huts at Village Museum in Dar es Salaam. Wanted to preface that to let you know that, you know, this is this is a museum, okay? Before people still have that image of just Africa just being huts and, you know, the starving children commercials that we saw in America. So these are the cool huts, and they showed us like from over 100 tribes. Right now, I think they said they only got about half of them done. So there's a lot more huts that need to be made at this place. Some of them were still under construction. So the little one that you saw me in was a space that they would keep the children, you know. So you can only imagine how small these kids were. So I think this museum is also really cool. And they showed us some like cashew trees, almond trees, and it was really nice.
It's ridiculous. That's the spider ones over there.
Okay.
I ain't going near that one.
Now we're going into the slave tour. This place was at first a slave post that they then built a church on top of it, of course with the help of the slaves. And this part was very hard for all of us, especially when you see that everyone around you doesn't look like you, but they're still absorbing your culture. Yeah, it's one of the main places for the slave trade in the Indian Ocean, and it's very sad. Be prepared.
Okay, so let's stand here for wide. We have one rule. It is from a slave market that we have inside. For those who have short pants or short skirts, they need to use kanga for covering their body. If you don't, they don't have kanga, so you are going to get inside.
So we're about to get to the slave trade portion of the video. This one was particularly hard because we're going to Africa and going to see what used to be a slave post that is now built a church on top of it. Like, that's supposed to make it better that for what they've done in the past. Sorry, let me get my whole body. And it doesn't heal the trauma that's already been had. So it was really annoying being there at the slave trade and really feeling the feelings and the feels, and to see that a lot of the people who were there were white. Now that's I know it's the culturally Black American standpoint, so it's just like, you know, you see them in there and you're just like, for me, what got me unnerved is just like the thought processes of like, okay, you see how bad history was, but it's easy to detach yourself from that kind of history because you weren't there. You know what I mean? But are you treating POCs from whatever country you're from like people? You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not my business in sense of their personal lives, but it's just one of those thoughts where I'm thinking like, but are you, let's say, I think what I'm trying to say here is just to make sure, like, listen, you could come to the tours and all that, and it's just a little unnerving not to see people that look like us, but hopefully that they're not just there to absorb the history, but also to, you know, stand up if there's anybody who's being discriminated against for race, creed, and all those other things. So we just shouldn't have to ever plead for our humanity, is what I'm saying. And I hope that they take that lesson with them. All that to say is, us POCs out here, we need to get back into traveling, okay? I want to see more of us traveling when I go to different places, okay?
At the time of the prophets, it was not a big deal for them to involve in a slave trade. People went into the war and evacuated the village with a victim, and the victims changed to be a slave. That is the time of the prophets. But in Africa, the slave trade started. The route is called the transatlantic ocean route, where the slaves came from the West Africa to Europe, and the traders were European at that time. We called white master. So they came from Europe directly to Africa, West Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, and the other places in West Africa. Capture the slave from there directly to Europe. That is the time of the transatlantic ocean route. And at that route, it was not allowed for the trader to marry their slave. Okay? So that is the time of the transatlantic ocean route. And also it was for season, maybe 3 months. After 3 months again, it continues like that. So they stop in 3 months, continue after 3 months. That is the time of the transatlantic ocean route. But in Zanzibar, once when the Portuguese took control of Zanzibar in 1503, they were involved in slave trade. Okay? So sorry for a while. We need to stop for a while to basic prayer, and after that we continue. Zanzibar in 1503, they didn't involve much in the slave trade, and they were involved much in ivory trade. At that time, around 1503, Africa was a jungle, and the population of animals was high, not the population of people. That's why the Portuguese went to Africa, killing the elephant, took the ivory back here in Zanzibar, then Zanzibar to Portugal. But at that time, it was very difficult for them to carry their ivory from Africa up to here in Zanzibar. That's why they tried to find a potter to carry their ivory. But at that time, it was very difficult to get the potter to carry their ivory, because the population of animal was high, not the population of people. So what did they do? They went to Africa, captured the slave back to their places in order to carry their ivory. That's it. That's why we say the Portuguese didn't involve much in a slave trade, and they were involved much in ivory trade. But only the potter, they were slaves in order to carry the ivory. That's it. Once when the Arab took control of Zanzibar in 1698, they started a new route. It was called the Indian Ocean route. She came from Sweden, but also she was this one. She was a teacher of art at Bagamoyo. Okay? So she got this one just for memory, not long time. It's 1997 up to 1998.
Oh.
But the chain is original. The only chain remain here in Zanzibar for this time. Okay? Yes. So that's why you see they have a chain to the neck. But all of them, they have a chain, but someone behind, no. You can ask it why. It's the same to the prison. Inside the prison, all inside there are prisoners, right? But the general try to choose one among the four prisoners to look after us. So it's the same to the slave at that time. The trader tried to choose one among of the slaves to look after.
Oh.
So same to that one. That's why they are in the chain.
Oh.
Okay? Okay.
Ooh, that last one was pretty hard, but now we're moving on to the spice tour. I brought so much fresh spice back with me, and it was amazing seeing the trees that they come from, because I just know the end product, you know? Do it again. Wow.
Yeah. So also the people, the Indian people, they put this one as a dot. And the Maasai, do you know Maasai?
Yeah.
They're changing their hair from black to be red by using this one.
Wow, so it's
Yeah, so it's called the lipstick. That's it.
Nice.
actually, is that what it's made? Or they just named it?
Yeah,
after?
just this one, it's from tree.
So it's a flower.
At that time, before the lipstick from abroad, so our grandmother used this one is a lipstick. No chemical, no anything inside, natural. It's natural.
That's dope.
Yes.
So cool. That's so dope.
Hey, hello, hold on. I know that you're looking at all this airplane food and you're like, why is she talking about the airplane food? First of all, this was that little, I don't know what it is, a pudding over there to the left. Oh my God, that was the best thing I ever had. And this is just regular, like this is regular, degular-ish, but the freaking air food was amazing on Qatar Airlines. Oh.
Hey y'all. Now we're all close and personal. I cannot wait to get away from these damn mosquitoes. These mosquitoes are eating me up. Like they are having a feast and they keep coming back for me and my sister and my aunt. Like they just killing us. Next time I know better to do lavender oil. That's another thing I forgot to pack. Like things for these mosquitoes. But anyways, I wanted to talk about the food on the trip to Africa. Yo, it was so good. Like we at the Johari's, when our first realization, we tried some of the juices. That everything we taste, we were like, oh, this is so fresh. Oh my God, this is so fresh. Oh my God, it's just different. We had the juice, we had the milk, we had the food in the buffet. They had like this Swahili cake. I think he said it's made out of rice flour. Looked like a little ball, but it kind of reminded me of bake. You know, like the Caribbean bake. It's just like dough, some sugar. If you want to make like a nice hard, it's nice hard and crisp, so good, and you drink it with cocoa tea. That's my favorite. But there's also one called float where you add yeast. I think I'll have a picture and I could show you guys. But the Swahili one, I forgot what it was called. Vitumbe. I'm saying it wrong. But it was mad good. One of my favorite things. Okay, so this is my breakfast spread. I have no idea what I got, but I know the guy said that this one is Swahili. And it's similar to the Caribbean bake. You know, it's like flour. This one's a little more sweet. It's fried dough. They got definitely a lot of Asian influence here because I've seen a lot of things that are like Korean, Chinese or Korean, I can't remember. But yeah, I got some, you know, can't go wrong with the beans like the UK. Got these caramelized onions on everything, some mushrooms, some pork, some potatoes. So I got a good plate. Probably won't eat it all, but I just want to try everything first. And maybe some yogurt, some Greek yogurt. Damn, will this be copywritten? Y'all, everything here is amazing. I think this is like some kind of tomato madura. I think I might be saying the name wrong actually, but I got it with some caramelized freaking onions, and these caramelized onions are elite. Everything's so good. This is like some kind of yogurt sauce that I dipped the bacon. I call it bacon, but it's so damn good. This is like a harder bake, but I kind of like this is kind of like a Zipali without the sugar. And then I also got like some kind of mango pickled chutney thing, and it's so fucking good. And you know, we're in an African country, so this food's seasoned. So good. Oh my god, I'm dying in heaven. Y'all, this is a damn prawn. This is a prawn. It is not a lobster, and it looked like a damn lobster. I'm shook. This is great. But like a lot of the soup we had was the banana soup, and it wasn't like sweet banana. At first we were like, is it gonna be sweet? But freaking mosquito. It was like a sweet, not a sweet. It was like a nice soup is what it was. It had banana in it, but it was a really good soup, and I got seconds of that one, as you can see in the video in the restaurant. And there was like a leftover soup. I only got a picture of that one. I didn't get a video, but it's basically like you throw whatever you want in your soup or your pot, and that's basically how soup works anyways. You just throw whatever you got in there and just hope it tastes good. But usually it does taste good. Soup is just good. It's broth and everything that you need in one bowl. So yeah, it was like a fried bean, something green. I don't know. And what else was it? It had like they put a little beef in it, like beef skewers they put at the end, and like cassava. They put like cassava, so they made it like potato sticks. If y'all know that from New York, the potato sticks, those chips are good. So it was like that, and they threw that in there. Ooh, for me that was the best thing on the trip. For me, that was so good. But everything was nice. It was fresh. It was clean. But I will say, as fresh as it was, we a lot of us we was starting to go home, and we were like, they were like, yo, anybody else's stomach is feeling a little weird? You know, you thought it was just you, but yo, it didn't hit me till the end of the trip, the end of that week. I went to the little airport, and they only had a single stall bathroom. Not even a single stall, it's just one person going there, and that's the whole bathroom, and you just go out and wash your hands. And I saw the lady just clean the bathroom, and I was like, yo, I just really gotta go right now. When I tell you I went into the bathroom and I blew it up, it was everything in there, everything, and it was bad. It was bad, and I was like, oh my god, I hope nobody comes into the bathroom after me. And the lady didn't. Thank God. I had enough time to escape or run away. That thing tore my stomach up. You know, it's just, you know, having different kind of foods, and even though it's fresh, you know, my stomach is used to what it's used to in the States. So I got messed up. A lot of us got messed up. I don't know if anybody didn't get bit like that. So sorry, this damn mosquitoes. But yeah, definitely food I would recommend, even if you might get a little sick. But or maybe, I don't know, maybe it's because where I was at. But would I eat the food again? Hell yeah. I'd tear my stomach up again for that. Okay. Now we're gonna talk about the luxury service of sorted chale.
Now, they had everything set up for us from the top to the bottom. So we had 3 really cool tour guides. You'll see them throughout the video. They were like different touring companies, but they all like combined together to create a nice tour. So that was nice. And then we had the cool thing, I think one of my favorite parts about this ride, about the trip was the bus rides, even though it was long and I feel like it took a lot of time out of our day to do other things, because where we were going were more rural areas than like city areas or anything. But I will say that I did very much enjoy having a car ride with the girls and like, going to different cars, because you want to talk to different people and see how they're doing. So I have to say that was really fun. Like all the jokes that would happen in the car was like, I would say is honestly one of the best parts. Yeah, they're gonna be like, oh, she got it. Yeah, that's what I was like. I don't got it, bro. I don't got it.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Today, honestly. I record what? Like them coming up. Oh, I got a recording. I got some. I'm gonna send it. Yeah. A few things I would do differently is I would just, and this is no shade to Sorted Chalet, I would just like, I would do it on my own. Like I would travel and do it on my own. Like go to the resort and go to do the excursions on your own, because I feel like for how much we paid, like about 3 G's, I think we could have done it if we done it on a person to person, like by myself. I could have definitely saved more because the US dollar goes further in Africa. So I would say that if I were to do it again, I would just do it by myself on my own dime. I would look up stuff. TripAdvisor has a lot of things, and like Instagram has a lot of things. So it's just for the price point, I could have paid $150 for the room at Johari, and then how much you pay for food. Like we could have definitely cut a lot. Especially since I had to go find my own flight anyways. I might as well had done it myself. So yeah, would I do it again? No, I'll do it myself. But if you're somebody who likes everything to be done for them, I gotta pause this. If you're somebody that likes everything to be done for them and you don't have to worry about it, definitely go do a touring company. But for me, I'm like, I'd rather do it for myself while I can, while I'm young. Maybe when I'm older and I'm like, I don't want to do this. But for right now, I'm like, I could have saved a lot if I did it for myself. But it was for the experience, and of course I'm glad that Courtney and Renee chose me. So I'm no regrets. Just next time I do it, it's a different pivot. So nothing crazy to say. I will say that these flights are mad long. So I think next time I would also what would I do next? It's rainy season, so there's like mad mosquitoes. Like, you see this thing? They eating me. You didn't think you could see it. Look at this product. It's my wrists. It's my wrist getting eaten up. Anyways, I also bit me on my finger. See that right there? They got bit me. One of them got 2 bites right here. That's the worst part. I'm just scratching and dying. But anyways, is that it? I think that was it. Food was good on the plane too. I forgot to say that part, but the food on the plane was busting too. Anyways, I gotta pack because I gotta go back to the States. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope to see you again in another video. Hope everything's good with y'all. I am doing a lot like everybody else, but one thing I do know is I gotta take it a step at a time. So thank you for watching. This is my longest video. Yay!
I just saw an air train up here. I hope it passes by again. You good? Me? How you doing? You right?
First off, somebody would have got smacked in America.
Okay. Yo, for real?
The amount of people who was touched for no reason.
This outfit.
Okay, now I'm gonna sit down.
Mm-hmm.
World Commerce Society. Yeah. So I end up number 2 in the world.
What's that last one?
Yes. And then I brought 2 pairs of brown socks.
Oh, you want to talk about all this?
What shoes you bring?
I brought maybe 10, maybe
10! Girl, where you going?
Okay, before y'all realize, like, oh, she changed frames. So we went to the Conga market, which is one of the tours that we went on. I digress, but this I got this Conga. You know, they wear it like a wrap dress, and I really liked it. I really liked the material. It's very colorful, and I love colorful things, as you can tell. So I bought this, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna wear it for the video. I'm gonna just sort of unravel it and just put it on. But little did I know, I did not think about measuring, because I unraveled it, and I was like, so there's a lot of Conga. There's still some more.